Hi, everybody out in YouTube land. What's good today? What's good today? Cheers. What's good today? Oh my, I should have looked. Okay, I'm going to try not to look at myself and be, oh man. I see 6 people. Here we go. Okay, you guys. There's nothing to talk about. We're in a lull. What are we going to do when there's still so much to be solved? Let's get to know Jack some more, right? Hi, Jeep Girl Jody. Hi, little Loogie. I've seen this book still on Santa Fe's site. Can it still be bought? You mean the $17 a square inch? This wonderful, fantastic book by Forrest Fenn about a tribute to his dear friend Eric Sloan? You mean this book? I am guessing that the old Santa Fe Trading Company has this book for sale. If not, I bet the Collected Works bookstore in Santa Fe has this lovely book by Forrest Fenn. But why I want to talk about this lovely book by Forrest Fenn is because this is the title. This is the book Forrest Fenn gave Jack, the finder. He gave him a gold chest. He gave him a bronze chest full of gold. You know what I mean? He gave him a bronze chest full of gold and this book. So it's like there's no denying. Hi people I see because I can. Hi because I can. How you doing? Dirk. There was a Jack Gets Mail number 2 today. Oh, there was? OMG. Well, there's the topic for the night, boys and girls. I'm going to get on that. Thanks, Dirk. Thanks for letting me know. Hi, Gadelcon. Hi, Gadelcon. Hi. Jeep Girl Jody. I haven't read $17 yet, but I just got San Lazaro. I have never read that one, and that one is a book that would be great. That's a wonderful. Good for you. Hi, Huli. Happy Friday. JK Pioneer. Hiya. How you doing? MJ Enzer. Nice to see you again. Hi. How goes it? We know what you mean. I know you know. I know all you. Hi, Meat Man. Hi, Tony Rusi. What title? The title to the gold? You mean $17 a square inch? The title to the gold? What? X marks the spot. Hiya. Did I say hi, Meat Man? That's so fun to say anyway, so I'm going to say it again. Hi, Meat Man. Susie Fennhaven, I just sent the link to Jack's mail. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Huli. Great. Good. Okay. Can you show page 25, please? And if there's writing on it on lane 21. Sure. Page 25. I don't think Forrest would mind at all. I think he wants everybody to see and know more about his fantastic friend. Here is page 25. And it's pretty good, isn't it? It's more than pretty. The Ballet of Labor. What are we looking for? And if there's writing, what's on line 21? There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 if you count, 16 if you count all the extra. But here there's not that many. How about the 21st word? We. The 21st word is we. And what's interesting, okay, you want me to see what else is interesting about page 25? When the words are written in this book, when the words are, can you see this, everybody? Written in italics like these, that means they're Eric's words, not Forrest. These actual Eric. Present day life presents a poverty of awareness, for so much is done for us by science and machinery that we are ceasing to enjoy the awareness of living. In the city, we flip a switch and the light arrives without knowledge of its origin. We turn a faucet and the water flows without our knowing from whence it came. We wear clothing without knowing where the material came from. Eat food that was grown in faraway places. Get news and entertainment from great distances by strange and miraculous electronics. The joy and satisfaction of doing things for ourselves is almost a lost art. Now, isn't that fantastic? Okay, this is in 1984. Here we go. This is the origin. In 1984, Eric left a note on my desk. It was a familiar theme. And that's the second part of the note. Here's the first part. But that just does speak to how charming. I mean, Eric knew. What would he think of? What in the world must he think about in 1984? In 1984, he was already bewildered. What does he say? We get news and entertainment from great distances by strange and miraculous electronics. What would he think of me sitting in my bedroom with an Eric Sloan poster on my wall? Broadcasting live. I mean, hi, Nomadic Madman. Hi, ES. Nice to see you guys. Did Jack say there was something in $17 a square inch? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes. Thank you. I was down a rabbit hole and that just got debunked. But I'm going to share it on Baron Fendi during the Black Light on Saturday. Oh, you know what, you guys? I just agreed to do a show with Baron Fendi on Eric Sloan stuff. They want to... I don't know. I got an email back. They said something to me or said something about me on their show. And so I got a hold of those guys today, or I got a hold of Fendi today. And he said, yeah. So they're going to film it or tape it next week and edit it. And so it's going to be a video, not like a live show. So it's just going to be like question and answer type things. But yeah, that's next week. Oh, cheers. Here I got, here's the beverage choice tonight. La 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 la. I have that one and I have this whole full one. What do you guys you having? It's Friday night. Have a beer with me or beverage of choice. Huli says my dishwasher broke and I found doing them by hand a huge time suck, but Semi-therapeutic too. Do you sing Ola Samio or Ola Samio? I don't know. You sing opera at the top of your lungs, Julie. It makes it easier. Pneumatic Madman. I have read a few of Douglas Preston's book this winter. Right now I'm reading his first Preston and Child book called, Child, the other writer, right? Called Relic. It's really good. There are many Forrest Fenn words in the book. And you do, and do you know, okay, so I have, this is the book that Forrest wrote about Eric. It's all about Eric. There's nothing else in it. This book here is Eric Sloane's book, Return to Taos. This was written, look, it's just such a charming man. Charming. But this is copyright 1960. No, this is not the book. Because, well, what book is it then? Is this Return to Taos? This can't be. Unless he's going off his, maybe it is. First time he published Return to Taos, or Taos. Oh, this is his second book. But anyway, what am I trying to spit out? Holy cow. Here's a Forrest Fenn reference. Good God. I drink. It only gets better. I'm going to drink myself funny and start giggling about something. Susie, hold that book up again. Is the same car in $17? Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And look at that license plate number. That number right there is Eric Sloane's phone number. That is a piece of cardboard that Eric Sloane painted his phone number on, slapped on the front of his car, and drove to Taos. Because he stole this car from his dad's garage, or it was maybe he's told. I think he left a note said I took the car, and it didn't have plates on it, and so Eric Sloane made his own license plate out of cardboard and some paint, and put his paint box in this car and drove off across the country until his radiator made him turn when he got to Colorado, and hard dogleg left and ended up in Taos and loved it. And then he set up camp with, or rented a small house, ended up renting a small house from Leon Gaspar. Wow. This is so good. Okay, so there's so many good things about this book. And let's see who else. Hi, Lucky Digger. Do you think that Eric Sloane really made all of his money selling paintings? Well, story goes he was from a really wealthy family in New York. He grew up a rich kid, and then supposedly both his parents passed away. His mom first, then his dad, and he inherited a bunch of money, which he pissed it all away, I think, or the story goes like he blew it all. But what does that mean? He only left him with $1 million. I don't know what that means. When rich people say they lose all their money, I don't know. I have no concept of that. So the story goes, yeah. And so he just he dropped out of art school and or didn't finish art school, whatever, and then jumped in this car and ended up in Taos. And then returned to Taos. This book, this is the second one he wrote, was because he wanted to take his wife at the time, and this was wife number, like, I don't know, like number 4 or something. I can't think of her name. Ruth. So he dedicated the book to Ruth, who returned to Taos with me. That's the dedication in the book. And why he went to Taos is to prove to Ruth that he's the one that invented the Native American hoop dance. It's so good. God, you gotta love Eric Sloan. Oh man. A guy got in big trouble for digging in Yellowstone. Did you see that? Even jail time. Okay, my sister pointed me to that article. She said, "Hey, do you know about this?" I said, "Yeah, that's old news." But I thought it didn't. I thought he doesn't get sentenced until March. But he was digging. Not only was he digging in Yellowstone, he was digging in Yellowstone, a cemetery in Yellowstone. Oh, honey, why couldn't anyone talk him down out of that? Because we all know the rules. We all know flat out, not in a graveyard, not in, that's it. And it was just like it's a fundamental of the chase. Don't dig in a graveyard in Yellowstone, but some people think because of how Forrest presented rule breaking, like how he himself was like a rule breaker or risk taker, that the rules of the chase are fake rules, that they're there to, subterfuge or whatever that word is that I don't know. Like he said that because he said, don't ever, it's not in a graveyard. So that's like, obviously he said that because he's a trickster, I understand how people can, it takes all kinds, right? Ray. Is Ray in here? Hi, Otis. He pointed his radiator west. Yes, he did, Otis Magoo. Gallatin Ghost. Hi, Gallatin Ghost. I ended up in Taos too. Yeah, I hear there's this wonderful magical energy about Taos that just makes you go there. Like you just have to go there. It's making me have to go there. I need to go there. See what they're all talking about. I have to. A lot of people found that place magical, sacred to the people who found it first. Something magic about the light. So I hear. Okay. Hola, who's a total dumbass, Huli? Hi, Ray. Yeah, that Zoom last night. I listened in on that. I didn't participate much, but listened in, and it was really good. It was about Copper Dan. Copper Dan released a new treasure hunt yesterday. And then there was a chat or a Zoom meeting that Calazar and K-Pro did, and people got together and talked about what some of the things could mean. And from what I was following, it's like, oh my God, they got like they've got like a ways, like they figured out the general area, right away. But anyway, yeah, I bought a coin though. I bought one of the coins. I'm going to play along and I'm in Minnesota, and Copper Dan is from southern Minnesota as well, but he is still further south. He's in Rochester, is his hometown. And so if his treasure is in Minnesota, I have home field advantage. Even though I am far from the Great Lakes or that Great Lakes region, I am way south. If it is up yonder, it's still up quite a ways. Minnesota's a huge state, Lucky Digger, there's no treasure hunt per se. There is a box of gold that belonged to Forrest Fenn, and he just hid it. People really made up their own rules, etc., as they saw it. Well, that is true. Although Dale's website, I don't know what's the official Dale's website, DAL. That was where you went. That was Forrest's way of communicating indirectly to the people of the chase. On Dale's website, it flat out said, here's your basic rules, the basics. Boom. It's between 5,000, 10,200 feet, just the most basic of the information. It's not associated with a dam. It's not underwater. It's not in a graveyard. There's just some things. So there was ground rules. Not necessarily, not if you didn't ever venture outside the book. If you stayed in the book and the poem and never went to Dale's website or went to the old Santa Fe Trading Company website, and that page had all the information. It had links right to Dale's website from there. So it just seems like I have a saw for the Copper Dan hunt. Do you want to partner and go boots on the ground for me? Really, Lucky Digger? It would be interesting. It would be, you know what? It would be so much fun. But what you guys have to realize right now, it's winter in Minnesota. And I don't know, did Dan say that it's year-round can be found? Or is it similar to the Forrest Fenn hunt where he just assumes people are going to wait? There's a search season. Because, my God, like, we don't have a ton of snow in my area right now. There definitely is snow, but it's been hovering in the 20s and 30s. So it's been really mild this winter, but still, no matter what, it's not. But how much are we talking? $50,000? Holy shit. I'll get a snowsuit. I don't know. Maybe the answer is maybe, Lucky Digger. Maybe if you have a Minnesota song. Okay, Ray Reddington said, how did Copper Dan get gold from Forrest to hide? I don't think he did. I think he got gold from other places. He got his own gold. He collected it. Forrest Fenn has really nothing to do with it. It's just his, Forrest Fenn was inspiration. And there's Searcher Coin. There's some searcher coins, maybe more than one, maybe a copper and a silver. I don't know, but at least one searcher coin involved in Copperdan's treasure hunt. So the ties to Forrest Fenn are, Forrest as a inspiration and not as no other connection. Ray Rankin. I'm in Minnesota too. You are? And then Copperdan, is it? You think Copperdan hit it? Well, I really don't know. I haven't looked into it far enough. I was just listening, and one of the possibilities they were talking about was a place in Minnesota or in Wisconsin north. But I don't know. I mean, that was just one idea. Like, people don't know. It could be, that was just one idea. It could be anywhere, But if you did have a solid Minnesota solve, that would be great. It would make sense just because Copperdan is from Minnesota is why I'm saying that. I don't think it's worth 50,000. I don't actually know. I don't really even know. I don't know. Didn't you say you guys, I really don't know the prize. I don't even know what the proxy item. I don't know a lot of things. I'm knowing less and less. I told my sister I feel like laughing tonight as I went and got some beer. I'm like, I hope somebody feels like, because so I'm going to drink beer because I'm much more funny when I drink beer. I think I'm funny, I don't need beer for that, but it doesn't hurt. I feel like, yeah, I need my spirits raised. And isn't how that got its name? Spirits. Okay, what am I missing? Gallican Ghost room. How do you think Jack figured out what the blaze was beforehand? Good question, Gallatin Ghost. Because he solved the poem. I mean, you had to solve the poem. Jay Wood. Jay Wood, hi, Jay Wood, 13. I've got several Fenn arrowheads and some Fenn mammoth tusk. No kidding? Awesome. That's wonderful. Good for you. Jay Wood, he said between 1,000 and 10,000, but he also said another 10,000, which made it sound huge. Are you talking about X-Marks? I think Copperdan slipped up and said Florida. Yeah, he did mention Florida a couple times when he was talking on K-Pro and Cow Show last night, didn't he? And there are, Art Basil or Basil. A wonderful art show that I would love to attend someday is in Miami. I don't know if he does that show or what art, but he does art shows in Florida. Yes. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna go. I know Nomadic Madman said, "Oops, where'd it go?" Most people do not know that the swastika is actually ancient American and Asian. Yes, I knew that. And Germans made it a bad symbol. And it's all about how it's square. If it's at a square or solid, if it's turned. But it's like a longevity or life symbol, or it's an ancient symbol long before Hitler commandeered it and made it evil. That's true. I think it's true too. Nomadic Madman. Oh, Lucky Dicker says Nelica gave Dan some forest fin arrowheads to put in the chest. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't even know what. I know Copper Dan's chest, too, is made by 3D Bronze. Made a wonderful treasure chest, which would be so awesome. I want my own copper treasure, my own bronze 3D. Okay. Guess gotta find it then. Galden goes, Hooli says Galden goes, I have Jack's words, and I believe he had the wrong blaze, the fake blaze, and then finally a broken blaze, which was brute forced. I know. We can pick that. You guys want to play that? Pick that apart for a minute? I do have actually the Finder article up here because I was going to read about what he said about getting $17 square inch, and then the quotes from the book that he took and then took the poem that Forrest wrote for Eric and then changed it and made it his poem to Forrest after Forrest had passed, because this article is September 23rd. And it's Remembrance of Forrest Fenn, and it's by Jack. But I think at this time, Jack was just the finder. He wasn't Jack yet. And that's when that one person from Chicago who's been torturing, who's ruining it for all of us. Haven't heard anything about that shit show lately. Never mind. What am I looking at this for? I'm looking at the Finder article right now because why? I gotta go back. I started thinking about Chicago and it derailed my thinking. Oh yeah, the blaze. Oh yeah, the phone call. I'm looking for where he talks about the fake blaze again. Here we go. Forrest had the ultimate poker face in the summer of 2018. So a girl could go back to the scrapbooks in the summer of 2018. Somebody has done this, I'm certain of it, and tried to see if any of the scrapbooks were speaking about this. But anyway, I said, okay, the only time I had talked to Forrest on the phone before finding the treasure, I called to tell him in desperation I had found a blaze, the mark that the poem says points to the treasure. Okay, so there we know. It's the mark that the poem says points to the treasure. So he figured out the poem, and the poem told him it's a mark, and the mark is this, and it points to the treasure. Simple as that. We're making it far more complicated. And I'm rolling away. That seemed after some. Okay. I called to tell him in desperation I had found a blaze that seemed after some effort by me to have been faked by a cruel fellow searcher even though it had evidently been there for years. So there's a lot to unpack in that sentence because we got a timestamp of when he had communication with Forrest, which is the summer. So summer, what's June, July, August? Those are the summer months. May, June, July, August. And called in desperation. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Yeah. I'm totally desperate to tell you that I found a fake blaze. Huh? I'm desperate to get your reaction. I found a fake blaze in the location. Oh, I can't hear you. Fake blaze. Good Lord. I gotta go. How many? So you just have to imagine, like, how many phone calls did Forrest take of searchers coming up with just ridiculous stuff that he didn't take? There's many things that could have really happened here. You know, it could be Forrest really couldn't hear him. And, you know, we all, you know, he got shot down, the whole bombs and his hearing. We know that happened. So it could really be that. But we also know Forrest already obviously had to have technology that either his phone like typed out the words when, you know, there are those phones that say what people are transcribe, whatever, for the hard of hearing, or he had an amplifier in some way. So it makes me think that Forrest was bluffing when he said he couldn't hear him. Okay, wait. He never paid. Okay, wait. Why a fellow searcher? Why did he say that seemed after some effort by me to have been faked by a cruel fellow searcher? That makes zero sense to me. If a fellow searcher got that close to the chest, they made a fake blaze? I mean, what? And then couldn't find the chest and just left? I couldn't believe the chances. Yeah, because that sounds like BS. That kind of, I smell some pew. Mm-hmm. I told him exactly where I had been searching, but the call only lasted 20 seconds. And he gave me no impression that he found my discovery at all interesting. That fake blaze was less than 100 feet from where I eventually found the treasure. And that's not even half the story. When I met Forrest, he had forgotten about the phone call and found it amusing when I told him. Of course, he had no idea how much I had tortured myself trying to read his reaction to that call. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat. Oh, wait. First of all, there's new questions that Huli sent me the link. Right here is the link. I seen it come up. Okay. I'm going to go back to you guys on the live stream. Sorry. I only heard him say it was $1,000, but it could go up if the people bought more coins. Oh, So when he was talking about, when Copper Dan was talking about coins, he was talking about the coins he sent to that have a part of the treasure hunt and not coins in the chest. Okay, well, that makes sense. Anyway, Jack, your stories don't match. You're burying yourself out of the treasure. Oh, solo mio. I went to Roswell and met my husband. I went to Avalanche Lake when I went to the finale. It was quiet and serene. Haunting. Cheap Girl Jody Kadalkan. Could be like moving rock pile art installation where you put a rock in front of the pile from the back, eventually moving to rock pile. Moving the rock pile. Okay. Yes, just share your rabbit hole, please. Go ahead. Rabbit holes are fine. So are aliens and UFOs and area, whatever that's called, Roswell. Susie Fennhaven. Hi, Redneck Express. Hi, dear. Good to see you. Really good to see you. Haven't followed any info or read anything about or from JS. It's all BS in my opinion. Oh, you're a non-Jack believer? Or do you believe Jack is legit and just what his story is baloney? I had nomadic mammoths. I had most of my chips removed. I have had most of my chips removed. Are you playing poker? My whole entire thing was probably hacked or solved on a computer. The whole point was to get us off the computer. Isn't that kind of a catch-22 about the chase, right? Hey, Jason. Hi, Jason. Oh, I see a pineapple. Is Jason North Face in here? Oh, yeah. Good night. Nice to see ya. How's it going? How's that new situation that you're taking away your your screen time, real life stuff, real life work and family? Imagine that. Priorities. Cheap Girl Jody, I drove the Switzerland Trail last weekend and it was awesome. Love it. Very cool area history there. Where is the Switzerland Trail? Is that in Wyoming or Colorado? Not sure. The blaze, Gedelkan said my blaze was buffalo prayer sculpture located at the Brown Garden. Place of start because it was moved in front of the museum. It was moved to the front of the museum. Area 51. Yeah. Gedelkan, what museum? The Cody Museum. It's all made up. Oops. Point. And the points don't matter. Very well could be. But that's all we have right now. I mean, we have to believe it if it's all we have. I mean, it's the closest thing to the truth. You know, even if it's not the truth, it's what the finder No, how the chase story continues is exactly how it continues, whether it be, the real thing or not. The real, it's yet to unfold. It's unfolding in front of our eyes. Upcut. Oh, here he's telling me where. 4-wheel drive trail, Switzerland trail. Estes Park in Boulder. Susie, your Christmas parade was great. Yeah. Yeah, my sister goes, hey, she saw it on her Facebook page. Hey, they're doing a Christmas parade. All the, out of boredom and COVID and horribleness. It was fun. She want to go? Yeah, why not? It lasted like what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of, but still something to do. I'll be here all week. Le Bohemian. Message retracted. Yes. Why? I still want to get up there. I'll give that a good thought. Oh no, Smagoo. I think all you have to do is take the end off your branding iron and bang it once with a rock. Bang done quicker than carving, even with a chisel in rock. Who knows? Branded for life. Use your branding iron as a different tool. I see. Fennhaven. I got 1 million of them. Hi, Lou. Most overused quote in the chase. 2 people can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Yeah, Switzerland Trail is an old train route from Boulder to Eldora, Netherlands area that you can drive on off-road vehicle, amazing scenic route. That sounds fantastic. Pumpkin pie. Hi, pumpkin pie. Need a distraction. It was entertaining, Susie. That's why I'm doing this. Need a distraction. We all need a distraction. That's why we're here. I don't have anything. I don't know anything about anything. I'm here to entertain and distract. Get away from real life for an hour or so as I ramble on about nothing, right? I'm thinking of going on a couple months, not sure. Okay. I figured that was a no-brainer, says Otis. Hi, Jason. Susie, did you get your Jeep fixed? No. Okay. It's even worse. It's sad. Now the battery's dead in it, but I have my sister staying here, so we've been sharing. She's got a Jeep too. So like the pressure of me having my own car is not the same because I can use her car and I can take her to work and then have her car the whole time while she's at work. And, so I'm like sharing a car kind of right now. I can't think about it too much because it makes me want to throw up to think that I don't have my own vehicle right now. I still do. It's sitting right out there. I just got new license plates for it, new tabs and plates. It's registered. It's insured. But now the battery's dead. It doesn't matter because if I did jumpstart it, I can't even barely go only a few blocks at a time because of all the other things wrong with it. At least I was putting around town with it still. But now oh my God. Who said that? Don't do that. You're mean. I don't want to think of shit, real life shit. That's why I'm here. It makes me feel helpless and horrible without having a vehicle. How would you feel? Helpless and horrible. Hi, Mark Elton. We're not talking about. Let's hear a good joke. Wait, Google just said a good joke. It was really funny too. Hey Google, tell me a joke. Uh-oh. Why won't shrimp share their treasure? Because they're shellfish. No, that's much better. Why couldn't I hear it? I have my Bluetooth on. Oh my God. Hey Google, tell me a joke.
What do you get when you put a vest on an alligator? An investigator.
Okay. Oh, you're funny, Google. Okay, that's better. Derail. Dad jokes from Google. Redneck Express. Automotive battery life is only 5 to 6 years. 100 to replace. Don't let it get to you bummed out. Well, I know, and you know what? It's brand new. That battery is not even a year old. It's a year old. It has a warranty on it, and it's not that. It was just because it was parked too many days without me driving it, and it's flipping cold as all get out in Minnesota. So the battery went dead from it being parked too long, right? All I need, it costs $10 to rent the battery charger thing, so, but that's not the problem. So fine, I get it jumped, started, but it only goes, I can only drive it a few blocks anyway. So I mean, what's the point? I mean, it's totaled. There's so much wrong with it that it costs more to fix than the thing is worth. Although it's sweet. I'm talking leather heated seats, electric everything, moonroof, sunroof, heated seats, pimped out, Jeep fully loaded. Hi, Chase and Indy. Nice to see you. Yeah, wait. We gotta go. Poof. Back in Fennhaven, where everything is good. Hi, Dave Bradshaw. And here we go. We're back in Fennhaven. Real world. We're talking about Jack. Oh, right. I just got the link. Jack gets mail too. Oh, holy moly. Here he said, when I was outed as the finder of Forest Fen treasure a month ago, I didn't predict I would answer so many emails from searcher. What? Already I'm thinking baloney. Or that I would continue to receive so much gratitude back from kind people around the world who loved this treasure hunt as much as I did. Today, I looked at my inbox. I received over 2,400 emails from searchers. That may be paltry by Forest Fen standards, but to me, that's quite a lot. I haven't been able to get to all of them. I tried my best to get back to people when I had time. It's been an unexpected pleasure to answer them. If you have a question you think I would feel comfortable answering, you can send it to me at jack85319834 at gmail.com. I answered a number of questions since the last installment of Jack Gets Mail and I thought were particularly illuminating or would be of interest to a wider group of searchers. So I put together another roundup of these emails. My responses are in bold below. Hey, Jack, a lot of people have commented on how clean the chest looked in the photo with you and Forrest. Did you clean it up? And did you go through or inventory the chest before meeting Forrest? I asked that second question because I know I would have gone through it piece by piece. One last thing. Did you find it strange to see a rusty pair of scissors in the chest? Any idea what they were used for? Thank you. Thanks, Kevin S. Ooh, Kevin. Okay, good question. He shows, and then he shows a picture. It says, my hiking pack and the bag I put the treasure in inside the pack for extra support. And Jack shows a picture of his backpack situation. And his answer is, the treasure was filthy and dirt got all over the interior bag I had it in. I spent a night at a hotel on my way to New Mexico and wiped dirt off everything with the hotel towels. Not with any type of soap or cleaner, just occasional wetting them a little bit. I went through all the towels in my room and left them totally brown from the dirt. I left a nice tip. Oh. Yes, number 2, yes. As was Forrest. It was in a Ziploc with the dragon bracelet. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the second question was, one last thing. Did you find it strange to see a rusty pair of scissors in the chest? Any idea what they were used for? So the answer was, did you find it strange to see a rusty pair of scissors? Answer is yes, as was Forrest. It was in a Ziploc with a dragon bracelet, which was covered in paper towel. So my only guess was he cut the paper towel with them, but that doesn't seem like a very good guess. Bullshit. Excuse me. Bullshit. Oh, sorry about that. That's, oh my God, that's such crap. Okay, I'm going to go back to the stream. What do you guys think? Oh my God. I saw Very Important's name. Hi, Very Important. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you tonight. This is new, Nomadic Madman. This is new information from Jack that I'm reading right now. Yes, it is. I'm gonna go to the bottom. Jason Northface says, so was the faked blaze broken or damaged? There is a difference. Was it broken or damaged? Good question. Didn't he refer to it both ways? Or what did he say? Right here it says it. I'm going back. I'm afraid. Oh, I hope I don't lose you guys because, okay, here we go. Okay, it seemed after some effort by me to have been faked by a crew. Oh, this is just the fake blaze. I don't know, Jason. That's a good question. That is a big difference. Okay. David Bradshaw says, oops, something about the olive jar. with the olive jar in ICU and scissors. Paper towel. Hi, K-Pro. Nice to see you. That was my queen wave. MG Enzer, bless you, Susie. Oh, well, he's pulling comments off Thor to formulate his answers. He is? That's exciting. Redneck, nope. I believe the search is over, the chest is gone, but the who and the how are questionable. Very important. Says hi back. Hi, Zozo Rocks. Did I say Zozo Rock? Did I say hello to you? Yeah, hello, dear. But he said he doesn't follow the forums. Oh, so is it true, K-Pro? Does some of his answers seem formulated off of noise from Thor? She would know. I'm gonna go to the bottom. Jack gets me. Yeah, thanks, Huli. Yeah, I'm allergic to bullshit, and makes me sneeze. When did you say this new information appeared? I think it appeared today, and the link went right. Okay, wait. I can do it again. I can do it, everybody. Here we go. I can triple click, copy. This is what I'm reading, everyone. Y'all, paste, enter. There. So you can follow along. This is a brand new Medium article by the Finder. And I didn't even know such things. Oh, I should get another. I'm already worried about another beer and look at how much I have. This is exciting. Woohoo! Big news. Okay. Calm down, Susie. Calm it down. Yes, MJ Anzer, it's true. Hi, David. How goes it? New or rusty? Does not matter. Moo. Moo. Okay. Some of his answers have focused on the discussion on Thor, but Thor is a place for discussion. So the two parallel, but not exactly cause and effect. He did want to point out he didn't watch the forums. Okay, I'm going back, you guys. Okay, wait. Oh, there's my name again. Don't calm down. This is my favorite part, watching you go through stuff. I love it. Okay, I look frazzled. I don't know what I really look like on camera. If I look like I'm frazzled. So let's go with that. Frazzled Friday. Woo! We got new information. This is big. Okay, here we go. I need to run to the restroom. Will you please stop speaking for a moment? Too much info. Okay. I will slow down. Crack myself up. Okay, potty break. Hurry, run. I'm going back to Jacket's Mail. Oh, that was so good. Kevin S. Is that the same Kevin S. that shows up in chat sometimes? Okay, are you guys ready? I'm going to do another one. Hi, Jack. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. I have 2 questions concerning the final clue that you might entertain answering. We were absolutely certain of our search location, but it was still like searching for a needle in a haystack. My question is, number 1, is there something in the poem or in the hints in the book that significantly narrows down the search area for the blaze once in the final area? Number 2, if the answer is yes, would you specify whether that information is in the poem or in the hints in the book? Thanks, Chris McNeil. Okay, Chris McNeil says, depending on your Chris McNeil, Jack answers. Okay, let's hear the question again. Is there something in the poem or in the hints in the book that significantly narrowed down the search area for the blaze once in the final area? And Jack answers, depends on your definition of significantly. Narrows down the search. The poem directs you to a section of forest in which to search for the blaze. But that is something you had to search for. Something like a needle in a haystack is accurate, but maybe slightly easier than that. Or at least that was the design. Wow. Well, there goes some, okay. So if the answer, would you specify whether that information is in the poem or hints in the book? Nope, he didn't specify, and he didn't say the answer, so that answer is not yes. Is there something in the poem or in the hints in the book that narrows down the search area significantly? Okay, so that tells us the poem directs you to a section of forest in which the search for the blaze, in which to search for the blaze. Wow, that's huge. Isn't that huge, you guys? Isn't that wow, that tells us a lot about the, mechanics. Okay. Question 1. Are forest fence ashes at or are going to be at the treasure location? Question 2. Have you thought about saving the same location to have your ashes rest? I've seen in another email you sent that you had been within 6 feet of the treasure at one time on a previous search. That kind of blew my mind that someone actively searching could be so close and not know. Question 3. If everything went as Forrest Fenn had first planned and took his life at the spot, do you think you would have found the treasure a lot sooner with a body at the spot? This is from Logan T. He had 3 questions. First, he says, are Forrest Fenn's ashes at or are going to be at the low treasure? Number 1, I will say I was aware of that comment and did offer to make that happen. His family wants that stuff to remain private, so I will not reveal if I did or not. But if you're asking in the hopes you could find an urn there, no, you could not. Yeah, what was the point of that question? 2, have you thought about saving the same location to have your ashes rest? Answer's no. Okay. If everything went as Forrest Fenn had planned and took his life at the spot, do you think you would have found the treasure a lot sooner with the body at the spot? Number 3, certainly is his answer. Well, why did Jack choose those questions out of 2,400 questions? Why did he choose this one? I suppose it speaks to, I suppose a lot of people want to know if Forrest's ashes ended up at the final spot. That is legit. Okay, never mind. Okay, next question. Hello, Jack. Did the solve involve the use of synonyms for words found in the poem clues? Thanks. Ken from Oklahoma. Jack's answer. Do you mean substituting synonyms for the words of the poem so that they would make sense? No. He wrote what he wanted to say. The poem is straightforward. Do you mean substituting synonyms for the words of the poem so that they would make sense? No, he said what they wanted to say. Isn't that a good one, you guys? Do you want to hear the question again? Did the solve involve the use of synonyms for words found in the poem? Ooh, I like what I really, 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 really like about this is using the definitions of the actual words. You know, taking the word and blowing it up. The words in the poem and making them bigger. It says it's straightforward and Forrest said simplify, but I think simplify is taking the words and their meaning and making them the meaning of the word the simplest form of whatever it is, you know? Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna go back to live chat. I can't see both at once, so I'm gonna go back here and see. I saw my name from Nomadic Man. Scroll up. La 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 la. Okay, that was I am sorry, you guys. I lost track. I just have to look for my name. If you want me to see anything, highlight my name by going at Susie Fennhaven. Start typing my name, it'll pop up, select it, and get my attention. Otherwise, it's really hard. Gedelkan says, do you all know that a forest can be designated by just one tree and no other trees for mile around? No, I did not know that. You know, and it could be a forest that once was. I mean, you know, look at the page 143. Or 142, whatever, with the picture of the lumberjack with all the tree stumps. So that could have been a way to be a forest fen. A fen is like a clearing more, right? So a forest fen could be a cleared forest where tree stumps just stand, you know? It would make sense. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and see what we said. K-Pro says redneck. Well, Dale is gone and other forums are pretty much dead before. So many came over, but I do find it fascinating for sure. Good observation. What's that about? You know, the Thor people? K-Pro, don't you find it interesting that Thor is getting 100 or so new posts every day, 7 months after the find, and the other sites get a couple each day? Anomaly for sure. Wow, that's great, K-Pro. I know, I just made that comment too, that after the find, I ended up, no, not with a bunch, but handfuls, whatever, tens, more subscribers on my channel than I did before the find. Like more people. Everyone wants to know. Anyone that's ever dipped their toe into this chase and has a curious mind about it, you know, and you know, even if they stepped away and then later found out, like, oh yeah, Forrest, you know, it's in the news, maybe they heard it, however, and just want to keep up with what's happening or wants to be a part of it again or to find out what really happened, you know. K Pro says, Huli, I was able to chat with Shiloh way back when we bought the topo maps. Forrest made that man work. He got no free lunch for sure. Yes, they are overachievers. At least how I grade it. Maybe just my perspective. I don't know. Size. So it was a rock size. It was very sad, Jody. Always talking to Jeep Girl. Chasing. I made cocoa. I'm back. Hi, Chasing Indy. Good. Did you have a cocoa bomb? Warm milk and then the Susie, I don't think Forrest ever planned to shy his body at the spot. Maybe have someone shy his bones there, but not his body. Who knows? Oh, like being cremated and having your ashes spread at a spot is one way to shy your way in. No one will ever know that you're there and you're there. I'm just having a fun daydream about what could have happened to the emerald ring. Oh, that is fun to think about, Hooli, isn't it? I think Jack has got that on his finger and looks at it every day. Takes it off whenever an interview comes on and says, "What ring?" That would totally be me. Did that the other day. It didn't. It bombed. Oh, you did the she died of the flu. And I was prepared for this COVID thing. Oh no, Zozorax, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm jumping in this conversation and I don't know, and I'm so sorry. Definition of shy. What is the definition of shy? Otis? Bashful, right? Unassuming. Real fun. I hope a granddaughter got it from some of Peggy's mischief. Sorry to hear, Zozo, you're amongst friends and we're glad you are. Yeah. Susie, it would be totally me too. So I'm glad you are here and sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Shy, just short. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Hooli, you are so clever. Pick up on them things. I uploaded a new chapter from my book on my channel today. I also watched my old videos from when I first started my YouTube. I was so different in comparison to now. Okay, good job, Indy. I will watch that after this. To throw, very popular in England. To throw. Shy means to throw. Hooli, my sister got all of mom's rings. Jinx. Chasing Indy, I like your story. Damn it, I owe you a Coke. Is JK Pioneer, are you back? Did you get your potty break in? Let's go back to Jack. Okay, here we go. Hello, Jack. Did the solve involve the use of cinnamon? Oh, cinnamon. Hey, cinnamon is legit because he had a whole huge chapter about spices in Once Upon a While. Great question for Jack. Did your solve involve cinnamon? Or just cloves. Oh my God, you guys, should I just go get another beer and keep making myself laugh? Hi, here's the next email. First off, I would like to congratulate you. I bought the book a few years ago and half-heartedly followed on the internet, but I didn't put in the effort you did, nor am I nearly as clever. Also, I am a full-time trader, so we have that in common. What does that mean? I'm a full-time trader. Like, okay, right. Stocks and bonds or whatever. From what I have seen, this profession is well suited to someone with your logic and makeup. Anyways, I have a specific location that requires climbing underneath a fence with barbed wire on top or somehow getting around that fence. Did you have a similar experience? Would at least let me know if I have been mistakenly attached to this spot. Congrats again, Guy. Thanks, Guy. No, I did not encounter a fence or barbed wire. If that were involved, the poem would have mentioned it, I think. Oh, God, isn't that good, you guys? It's so good. It's so good that we're getting. Damn, I just think this is great that we're getting this information. Because it goes from all things possible, excuse me, all things possible to no things that are, like ruling out things, like we can rule out fences and barbed wire. Now that I said that name twice, you know what I'm thinking? Do I give her the time of day? Okay, I'm gonna look at my phone and see what that. Eugene. Did he leave me a message? Eugene just sent me $17. That's so apropos. Did he leave me a message? No. Thank you, Eugene. You crack me up, and you are like the best. You're my number one fan, my biggest supporter. You're all that and a bag of chips. You're all that and a bag of Funyuns. Okay. I'm going to go back to live stream, see what you guys all have to say. Anything? Are you guys laughing at it? Are you guys laughing at me? Good. I hope so. Barbed. I know. Ooh. All that and a bag of chips. Yeah. My mom used to say she would just strap a mattress to her back and go bar hopping and then strip at the triple nipple. What? I can't believe you made me read all that. Oh, shit. Yeah, laugh more, worry less. Strip at the triple nipple. That's the Star Wars bar. Right? Oh, you're welcome, bag of chips. You're the second person who I heard it from in my life. All that and a bag of chips. I think that does that cause for another Miller Lite. Let me look at Jack's Got Mail and see how much more we've got. Oh my God, this question is like long. From Devin Ross. And then after that, we got 1, 2, 3. Here's one from Alan K. Oh my God. I'm too okay. Forget it, you guys. I am gonna go get another beer. I'm gonna put you guys on quiet. I mean, I'm gonna put you on mute. Oh, shit. What's my stripper name? It's supposed to be my first pet and then the street so my name is Third Street Princess. Third Street Princess is gonna go get another beer and I'm putting you guys on mute. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Where are we? I got 2 beers, which is a mistake because that puts me over the 3 beer limit. Because I already drank 4 3-2 beers earlier today. I mean, oh man. Whatever. Rules. When you make your own rules, you can break your own rules at will. Okay. Where was I? Okay, everybody. Intermission is over. We're back at it. Nomadic Man says, on one treasure trip to the Sweetwater River, I took a bath in the nude. Good for you. Next day, I found a dead cow, bloated in the stream. Took away the romance. Unless it was aliens. that killed the cow. Then you can dream up a whole nother story, right? Susie, you are preparing well for Vegas. Gotta build the tolerance. Drink, 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 drink. Oh, God, no. It's so easy to talk me into having one more when I clearly shouldn't. That's coming up so fast. I can't believe I get to go. I dare not even. I just ordered anyway. Okay, let's get back to where we are. Susie, you remind me so much of my mom. I miss her. Can I hug you in Vegas to feel better? Oh, sure. You have to warn me. I do have post-traumatic stress. You have to warn me. Otherwise, you might get punched. Any sudden movements towards me might not end well. But if I know it's coming, then it's fine. 3 weeks from today. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going back. Do. We're going back into Fennhaven. Here we go. Jack says. Okay. Oh, I got so excited to see Alan K. I am not going to skip all these other ones though, just to get there. Holy cow, this was a big one. Okay, this one starts with hijack. And then it's from Devin Ross. Okay. At least he numbered his questions. Do you guys want to hear about all the other bullshit that he says? Blah, 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 blah. I've been pondering the problem of you being willing to communicate with other seekers, wanting to provide useful and interesting information, but not wanting to give away the treasure site. That's a rather daunting list of objectives. I think that I might have found a topic that you can address. Forrest said multiple times that it could take hundreds of years for a seeker to succeed. Well, I'm annoyed that he's calling searchers seekers instead of searchers. Already, this guy is irritating. Devin, you're kind of irritating. Oh, shit. Now I was looking for his name and now I lost it. Good God. I'm so sorry. Here we go. He clearly, okay. Forrest said multiple times that it could take hundreds of years for seekers to succeed. He clearly planned for this, like wax sealing the glass olive jar. And as an antiquities dealer with mountain experience, he would have seen a lot of old things and known how things survive in good shape, as well as the damages that can occur. He also said that he selected the treasure location with care. I considered mudslides, forest fires, earthquakes, and floods. These statements set up a few questions that I think are safe for you to answer. Okay. Question 1. The key was highly rusted and it looked like it wouldn't have lasted another decade. Did Forrest simply overlook the effects of time and moisture on the key? Or did some protection he have for the key fail? I'm going to go right down to 1. He said he put it inside rather than in the lock because he knew it would rust. Okay. Makes sense. That wasn't a haunting question for me, of the question 2. With a bronze chest and the lock appearing in good condition, why is the key steel or iron? Steel/iron. Is this an original key or a cheap replica? Is the chest lock mechanism, also steel or iron? And if so, did it suffer the same rusty fate? Okay, let's see what the answer. I don't know, actually. Maybe you could ask the DIA if they have a key for their version of the chest. Oh, Detroit Institute of Art. Okay. That's a great answer, Jack. I like him. I like Jack. I like him. Because that seems like such a question. The kind that I'm allergic to. You know the kind of question I'm talking about. I mean, who cares? Okay, back, Susie. Reel it in. You have stated that the blaze was damaged by nature and that you didn't initially recognize it as the blaze, even 6 feet away. Specifically, was it the damage that threw you off, or not knowing exactly what the blaze was at the first encounter? Let's see the answer. The damage. You've stated that the blade was damaged by nature and that you didn't recognize it. Was it the damage that threw you off, or not knowing exactly what it was? He said it was the damage. He knew exactly what it was. Okay, very good, you guys. Let's get that in our notes. 4, question number 4. Was the natural damage that the blaze suffered something that occurred slowly, like erosion, settling, etc., or rather suddenly, like if it was specific, if not specifically, the things forest listed: mudslides, forest fires, earthquakes, floods? Okay, so the question was the natural damage the blaze suffered something that occurred slowly or suddenly? The answer is suddenly. That makes me think of a forest fire, you guys. Forest fire is the most logical out of a mudslide, a forest fire, earthquake, and floods. God, could we all look back and see what happened to certain places? I don't know. Okay, I'll keep going. Number 5. So it happened suddenly. The damage from the blaze happened suddenly. So says Jack. Boom. Okay. Was the damage the blaze suffered just poor dumb luck, like a tree falling, of all places, directly on the blaze, or a localized landslide on an apparently stable slope occurring right at the chest site? God, what? Oh, Jack, you have patience, man. Patience. Or did Forrest Fenn simply grossly underestimate the ravages of time and the forces of nature? Boo, 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 boo. What the hell what did that question say? Was the damage the blaze suffered poor dumb luck, or did Forrest Fenn simply underestimate the force of nature? Forrest left it up to fate to decide. Good answer, Jack, to the most ridiculous. Okay, so he ended this with, I think that the answers to these questions would be interesting to say the least, but too general to peg the treasure's former location. What do you think? Thanks so much for your time, Devin Ross. Oh, God. Next one. This one is from Carrie. Jack, I'm still trying to solve the poem on my own. I've spent so much time working on it that I feel the need for that closure to find what I missed. I watched your video on confirmation bias and thought it was extremely helpful. I think a majority of searchers were looking for a linear solution to a nonlinear equation. My only Wyoming solve was my first one, and it was very weak. Since the announcement that it was found in Wyoming, I've been working on a new Wyoming solve. My best guess is at Amelia Earhart's cabin near Meeteetse. Below are all the coincidences that led me to Amelia's cabin. I'm curious what you think and would appreciate your feedback. This is a tremendous amount of confirmation bias or a plethora of red herrings. Is this a tremendous amount of confirmation or a plethora of red herring? Congrats again, Carrie. Ooh, let's see what Carrie found near Amelia Earhart's cabin in Meeteetse or near Meeteetse. Ooh, I love all that. Okay, hang on. Now, this is a question I can get behind. And then Jack wrote, Carrie then includes a long list of all the coincidences she found. He put that in brackets because this would have made it ridiculous. But, anyone can do that. I think anyone can do that with their. Okay. The question is, she wants to know if all what she found is confirmation bias or a plethora of red herrings. Jack answers, it's probably easy to tally up coincidences on any subject. And that's why so many searchers felt they wound up in rabbit holes. To me, you need evidence that he intended something to be a hint in order to consider it as such. And I was happy to leave legitimate hints on the table if they didn't meet that high burden of proof. It's also important to note that he once gave us an idea of how many hints were in TTOC, and it wasn't very many. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. I know you can find coincidences. You can find what you're looking for no matter where you look. And so Jack says, to me, you need evidence that Forrest intended something to be a hint in order to consider it as such. Okay. So it says that he found evidence is what that told me. Okay. I'm going to go back to before answering. Oh, no, here. This is Alan K. Hi, Jack. It seems like you tried to research everything about Forrest Fenn, including everything he ever wrote or said about the chase. So my question is, if you only had the Thrill of the Chase book, would you have been able to solve the poem and find the treasure? But he says, okay, let me read it again exactly how it's written here because I left out the. Alan asks, the question is, if you only had the Thrill of the Chase book and went boots on the ground, of course, would you have been able to solve the poem and find the treasure? In other words, were any of the after the fact Forrest Fenn quotes critical to your solve? Thanks as always, Alan K. Alan, hypotheticals are always difficult to answer with any accuracy. If TTOTC was the only piece of writing he ever wrote, I would have found that very strange. The natural inclination for me would still be to research the man as much as possible. If something had happened to him and he never had a chance to answer the questions about the treasure hunt, I would have had a harder time believing it was real. So I may have just decided that there was too much uncertainty and never searched. Without his many comments on simplicity and the straightforwardness of the poem, I think it would have been more difficult to understand the scope of the undertaking and his perspective on the poem, which I think are crucial to figuring out what it means. The greatest value of his quotes lies in how they clarify the nature of the problem at hand and how one may go about solving it. There are some little nuggets of evidence in his quotes, but they're not as important as that big picture stuff. Holy guacamole! You guys. Wow, wow, wow. Alan asked such a simple question, and Jack gave him such a complex answer. Oh my God, I'm going back to the stream. Wow. Chug a lug. All I see is JK Pioneer saying chug a lug. So I will, because that's what? Oh, Alan, you're so good. Uh-oh. I'm drinking way too. Wait, is this one gone too? Oh, don't open that one yet. That one was only in case of emergency. Now I'm looking at myself in the. God, don't look. Just okay. I gotta go back to this email. There we go. Oh my God. So what was the question? If you had the book, would you have been able to solve the poem and find the treasure? Without all the quotes and stuff he's asking, right? They're not as important as that big picture stuff. Wow. Ooh, Redneck Girl is next. Oh, and I'm going to get hiccups. Maybe not. Hi, Jack. First of all, congratulations. You did what thousands of us could not. Here are a few questions I've been wondering about. 1. It's been rumored that Forrest said you were the only person to correctly identify the home of Brown. As far as you know, is that a true statement? Were you the only person to correctly identify the home of Brown? I did not ask him that, but it wouldn't surprise me. At the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if someone figured that out and hadn't told him. I didn't tell him what I knew. I didn't tell him what I knew it to be before I met him. Okay, well, that's a good answer because. Okay. Second question. Did you figure out Homer Brown before you ever went boots on the ground to your search area? Great question, Redneck Girl. Yes. The answer is yes. Did you figure out the Homer Brown before you ever went boots on the ground? Oh. Question number 3. Was Brown one of Forrest's name for the chest and Homer Brown the location of the chest? No. How about that, you guys? Okay. Was Brown one of Forrest's name for the chest and the Homer Brown the location of the chest? No. Put it below him, the Brown. Homer Brown is not the location of the chest. The location of the chest is below the blaze. You have to look quickly down, and then wow. Oh, it's so good that he's answering these questions. Okay. Assuming that brown was not Forrest's name for the chest, and that Homer Brown is something that you need to be boots on the ground in the right area in order to identify, then it's unlikely I'll ever be able to get past that point in the poem. I understand if you don't want to answer these questions, but I thought I'd try to ask. Thanks, Redneck Girl. Assuming that, okay, so she's assuming that Homer Brown was not a name for the chest, which that she's right. And Homer Brown is something that you need to be boots on the ground in the right area in order to identify. That's not what he said. He said, she asked, did you figure out the Homer Brown before you ever went boots on the ground in your search area? And he said, flat out, yes. Wow, you guys. Okay, I'm going to go back and see what you guys are talking about. What do you guys think of all this? Here we go. Hi, Zuzi Q. I asked the same Homer Brown question in an email that Forrest Fenn said that he was the only one that identify, and Jack's response to me was, I don't want to give that away. So was it the way Redneck Girl asked the question of Jack instead of how you asked the question? Zuzi Q, interesting. Otis Magoo, there are two big fires that year. Interesting, Otis. The Augustus, Montana, some around the missile silos from the Air Force Base in I don't know, GF Montana, Haystack, Butte, the Eisenhower tree at the Augusta Golf Course. F wanted to be a pro. That's a lot of interesting information I don't understand, Otis. More undefined BS. Homer Brown is a specific location, not the name of the Christ's location. Christ's location. Do you mean chests? But the location of where the chest is located, Homer Brown is. You know what, Zozo Rocks? Here's the deal. No matter what, Jack is identified as the finder. So what Jack has to say about the Homer Brown trumps everything. You know? You can say no, but it's not going to hold. I mean, this is what. Okay, I'm going to read the next question. Sean Dotson. And we all know that that's the flip side. Jack, hope you are doing well. I would like to ask, what gave you confidence in your search location? I mean, for me, my location, Browns Canyon, Colorado, one that I visited 40 plus times in 4 years, was derived entirely from the poem, but I was obviously wrong. And most serious searchers felt the same way about their search spots, but they were wrong. But they too were wrong. So, what was it that gave you so much confidence in your location, that your location was correct, that you visited it 25 times in those 2 years? Can you honestly say that you knew for certain that your location was the location prior to recovery? Thanks, Sean Doss. Sean, that's an excellent question. I applaud you for that. I'm going to give you a cheers because you, out of anyone, would appreciate a beer. The beer drinking non-PC poem purist. Here's to you, Sean. Okay. God, that's such a good question. I'm going to read it again. What gave you confidence in your search location? So what was it that gave you so much confidence that your location was correct, that you visited it 25 times in those 2 years? Can you honestly say that you knew for certain that your location was the location prior to recovery? Sean, for me, it was from connecting the dots and seeing the evidence. Evidence, it was the place he wanted to die. And evidence, he saw the path where the way he described seeing it in the poem. What? I have to read that again because that did not sink in. Can you honestly say that you knew for certain your location was the location prior to recovery? Sean, for me, it was from connecting the dots and seeing the evidence. So he can honestly say he knew for certain the location was it because he connected the dots and he saw the evidence. Evidence, it was the place he wanted to die. God, isn't that interesting? Evidence, it was the place he wanted to die, not the place he wanted to hide the chest. It was all about the place he wanted to die, not any other reason. And evidence, he saw the path there, the way he describes seeing it in the poem. And the evidence he saw was the path there, the way he describes seeing it in the poem. The poem describes the path to the treasure chest. You have to figure out where he wants to die, Yellowstone. And the evidence he saw the path there, the way he describes seeing it in the poem. How do you find the evidence he saw the path there, the way he describes seeing it in the poem? So, okay, I'm going to go back to the chat. What do you guys think of that? That's good. Oh my God. I like these questions. Jack has not presented any evidence. Well, yeah. So though he really did. He presented photographs of him and Forrest Fenn sitting at the table with the chest. What part about that evidence do you not understand? Barbecued. Treasure hunting. I have a few special places where I found things. But what about the hints? The hints. Hi, Richard Rutherford. Confirmation is Capitol Hill, Yellowstone. $50 note. Ulysses S. Grant. Signing the bill making the park a national park. Horace Albright building. I thought it was Abigail Albright. Or was it just the Albright building? I don't know. Is the home of Brown. Devil's Thumb. Liberty Cap. Okay. Hello, RR. Richard's in the house. No, he didn't. Forrest presented those. I don't know what we're talking about. Welcome to Fennhaven, sir. Kind sir. Forrest presented them first. Presented what first? Okay, I'm going to go back and look for my name. Or you guys are just too good. You know I can't read and follow the chat at the same time. You just don't ask me questions, which is a good idea. Okay. Oh, good job, Sean. Okay, here's the next one. Hi, Jack. Congratulations again. I didn't have any questions for you at first, but I do have one now. If you were free and clear of any legal worries, would you want other searchers who developed a fondness for Forrest and his chase over the years to know the special spot? Same question, but with a twist. If you had arrived at the spot only to realize you weren't the first one there and the chest was gone, would you answer the questions the same way? Thank you kindly, Billy Shaw Jr. Oh, hi, Billy. I've seen him pop up in my chat. Good questions. So the question, if you were free and clear of any legal worries, would you want other searchers who developed a fondness for Forrest and his chase over the years to know the special spot? 1. If I could be assured the spot wouldn't be destroyed and Forrest was okay with it. We all know Forrest was okay with it. He said he wasn't worried about it. How does Jack not know that? Simple fact of Forrest. I mean, he has to know that because he said he listened to. Oh, that pisses me off because that's a bullshit. Right there is a bullshit reason to not tell us the spot. The bullshit reason is because Forrest didn't want it known. Nuh-uh. Forrest didn't. Forrest said he didn't worry about it. He didn't care. He didn't not. That was not one of his. Okay, that was tangent. Come back. Okay. Try again. If you were free and clear of any legal worries, would you want other searchers who developed a fondness for Forrest and his chase over the years to know the special spot? If I could be assured the spot would not be destroyed and Forrest was okay with it, and most of them wanted it to just be handed to them, then sure. I don't get off on being withholding. And most wanted it just handed to them. Why does that? That's like, that sentence right there is like petting the cat the wrong way to me. That one just, oh, why do I find that so irritating? I find that flipping irritating that he said that. Screw you, Jack. Oh my God. How dare he? How dare he? Okay, I have to get over this and drink. Oh, that just got. What a dick move. Very dickish thing to say, Jack. I take offense to that little comment. Okay, so what was the second question? If you had arrived at the spot only to realize you were the first one there and the chest was gone, would you answer the questions the same way? I knew where it was. So if someone else found it, I wouldn't need to see a chest-sized depression to know it was there. I have thought about whether I would go on the internet and point out the evidence at that point in a fit of pique. Pique. I'm going to look up that word. Oops. A feeling of enmity, ill feeling, animosity, a transient feeling of wounded pride, a feeling of irritation or resentment. Well, this peak word is exactly how I feel reading your answer. Oh my God. That hit a nerve. I don't know why. I think and hope I would still keep it to myself, but who knows where my emotions would be at that point. Oh, if I could assure the spot would not be destroyed, um, why would you think any of us who love Forrest Fan are in this chase would destroy his special spot? So double blazes to you for thinking that, for one thing. And then second, if Forrest was okay with it, double blazes to you for saying that, because you know what? Forrest already told us that he was fine with that. It's on tape. He's said it in interviews. And most of them wanted it just to be handed to them. I don't get off on being withholding. Oh my God. I'm enraged. Now I'm pissed. What do you guys think? Jesus Christ. I'm mad. Jack has not presented anything substantial to show he has anything. Shoot, he doesn't even have the chest in his possession. Why? Name a bank. That doesn't bug me, Zozo. Why does that bug you? Why does that it's the hater channel, Susie. Those guys have said they would dig Forrest from the grave. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Take the big picture into consideration here, and not the way I'm viewing this, but the way he's actually answering a question related to being sued. Mm. Mm-hmm. I suspect I suspect there are many things we are unaware of. We don't know the entire picture of what Forrest was going through. Kicking tires and lighting fires. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I don't like the way that made me feel. It left me feeling. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Too late. I just got double blazes on Fennhaven. Let the riots begin. The siege on the castle of love is starting to happen. And I don't think that was Jack's intention at all. I think he was trying to answer this question with a dig towards those who are suing and not. Oh, I just think this line right here, this is it. And most of them wanted it to just be handed to them. This is where I want to punch him in the face. Okay, I'm going to laugh at myself. Excuse me, dear Jack. Much love and everything. After the amount of time, effort, I don't think having the spot handed over. Oh my God. Do you know how many people feel they have earned this information? The amount of hours, the blood, sweat, and tears money put in this, to say that handing it to anybody. It's not handing it. Okay, I'm going to move on because that's, whew, I need to drink more. I think drink more. Okay. Here's the next question, everybody. I'm going to get over it. I could be reading that wrong. Am I reading that wrong? Am I too sensitive? Maybe. I mean, yep. Do you know if the date that Forrest hid the treasure is of any significance? If so, was this info part of the ancillary evidence that aided you in the search? Do you know if the date Forrest hid the treasure is of any significance? If so, was this info part of your evidence that aided you in the search? Forrest said he stayed mum on the exact hiding date to prevent searchers from pulling car rental records to calculate miles driven, etc. Given that your name and travel dates are now public, any concerns that someone might try to trace your movements? Not I assure you. Justin Fields. Jack answers, my car rental records aren't public record. I doubt people would be willing to lose their job and get into legal trouble just to get that information out. I doubt they would be as revealing as people like to think. He told me he hid it when he did because he was in Wyoming anyway for an event at the museum in Cody. So it was convenient to hide it on that same trip. What? Jack, I love you again. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about the hate a few minutes ago. What? Whoa. What? It makes it flippin' irrelevant now about rental car records or motel receipts because he just told us, oh my God, Forrest told me he hid it when he did because he was in Wyoming anyway for an event at the museum in Cody. So it was convenient to hide it on the same trip. Oh my God. Interesting note about the Wyoming trip. Thanks for sharing that tidbit. Had the blaze not been damaged, do you believe you would have found the spot on your first trip in 2018? Or did you really need to know what blaze you were looking for in order to identify it, regardless of the condition of the blaze? What? Had the blaze not been damaged, do you believe you would have found the spot on your first trip in 2018? Or did you really need to know what blaze you were looking for in order to identify it? The answer. That's tough to say because I wasn't tracking myself with GPS and being systematic enough in 2018. But my feeling when I first went there early in the search season in 2019 was that it was in an area of the forest I had never been before. Excuse me, time out. What? Reeling it back, starting over. Had the blaze not been damaged, do you believe it would have been found in 2018? That's tough to say because I wasn't tracking myself with GPS. How can that be? Okay, let's read that again. I wasn't tracking myself with GPS and being systematic enough in 2018, but my feeling when I first went there and early in the search season 2018 was that it was an area of the forest I had never been in before. So probably not. He wouldn't have found it. Okay. If I had gone in that area, I probably would have needed some luck to notice it, even without damage, because I didn't know what I was looking for. What? WTF? What did he just say there? Okay, he said in 2018, had the blaze not been damaged, he still could not have found it in 2018 because it was in an area of the forest he had never been before. If I had gone in that area, I probably would have needed some luck to notice it even without damage because I didn't know what I was looking for. I mean, isn't that talking out both sides of his mouth? Saying he knew exactly what to look for, but he didn't know exactly what to look for? Wow, you guys, that's really, really big. Okay, I'm gonna go back and see it. Are you guys still, is anyone even still watching me? I mean, this is ridiculous by now. 46 people are still watching. Nice to see you, 46 people. um, oh God. I'm just gonna go back and keep doing what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys are all having a good time in chat, and I hope you're talking amongst yourselves as I proceed to drink too much beer and go off the rails. Cheers. Okay. Next question. Let me just add to the many congratulations you've already received. Well done. I've been working on Forest Poem for 8 years and would love to pose a few questions. Number 1, are place names on a map relevant to at all to the clues in the poem? I think I can answer that either way, and people would quibble if they knew all the answers. Jack, you're not Forrest, but you're the closest thing to it. So why does it irritate me so much when you use Forrest's words? I don't know. If anyone has a right to use Forrest words and terminology, it is Jack. I need to come to terms with that and get over it. Okay. I think I can answer that either. Okay, let's read the question again. Are place names on a map relevant at all to the clues in the poem? I surmise that the poem itself, taken as a whole, points to one general area on a map by place name. But maybe the individual clues from there on don't have specific place names. What? I read all those words, but I don't understand any of them. Are place names on relevant at all to the clues in the poem? Okay, but he doesn't answer that. Okay, I got to keep reading. I surmise that the poem itself, taken as a whole, points to one general area on a map by place name, but maybe the individual clues from there on don't have specific place names. I think I can answer that either way, and people would quibble. I think I can answer that either way, and people would quibble if they knew all the answers. That gets an eye roll. Oh, God. 2. Is there any part of the solve outside of Wyoming? I know you found the chest in Wyoming, but does the chase begin outside of that state? Nope, everything is in Wyoming. Gotta say, I'm 10% jealous, but 90% thrilled for you. At this point, I'm just looking for some personal satisfaction at solving it for myself. Thanks, Jack. Mike. Next question. So, there's an album or an artist. Is there an album or artist that you listen to that sticks out when you reminisce back on your Wyoming adventures? I think it would be cool to listen to that and close my eyes and envision your journey. Thanks again, Jack. And completely understand if I don't hear back from you for my question. Steven, this song gave me chills when I first heard its opening lines. And then he's got a YouTube link, which there's not a chance in hell I want to hear. Hi, Jack. Great response on 6 questions. Thank you for that. You're a great writer, just like Forrest. Who wrote this? Dave from Reading. Or Reading. Reading. Great responses on 6 questions. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for that. Except for the 6 questions were 28 questions, and I thought it sucked shit. Because it was so like it was painful to read, and I still don't think I've actually read through all those questions with a mind that's not irritated by the way it was. First, the questions were asked were so irritating, and the answers were so contrived. It was just, it's how I feel. I can have feelings. You know, I mean, if you want, okay, a question. If someone made a fake blaze and you publicly mentioned it, no, that mentioned it was 1,000 feet from the real blaze, didn't you essentially tell that person where the chest was? Or do you believe the maker of the fake blade was most likely not a fence searcher? Okay, I get it. Well, Jack already thought it was a cruel joke by another fence searcher, which makes 0 sense. 0 sense. 0, none. Sorry, should have thought of a better lie for that one, Jack. Oh my God. Oh, I go from being irritated by this guy to loving this guy to absolutely irritated by this guy. Okay. If someone made a fake blaze and you publicly, that word doesn't look right to me, but anyway, you publicly mentioned it was 1,000 feet from the real blaze, didn't you essentially tell that person where the chest was? So it would have to mean that how many other forest fence searchers out there went boots on the ground and made a fake blaze in their search area? What how many people really did that? I'm guessing like none. So, okay, what does he have? Thanks, Dave. I left it vague enough so that everyone who left a fake blaze out there now feels bad about it and realizes they may have wasted time making a fake blaze instead of looking harder for the treasure. And I've had some of those people email me. Haha. Moving on. I'm not even going to address that tomfoolery bullshit. Oh my God. Nick had a lot of long questions, and I asked him to narrow them down. So here they are. Begin it, take it. Is it an actual thing and not simply your quest? The answer, I think it is possible to read that multiple ways and be correct. Oh my fucking God. 2, waters, as in a designated body of water, rather than simply a plural form of water. 2, it fits a dictionary definition of the word and is used correctly in context. Waters, as in a designated body of water, rather than simply a plural form of water. It fits a dictionary definition of the word. Okay, fine. 3, does a semicolon mean anything? Does it tie the two lines together? I would say he used the semicolon correctly there as a connection of ideas in the stanza. I would say he uses a semicolon correctly. There is a connection of ideas in the stanza. Well, you know what I have to say about that semicolon? Forrest used that semicolon throughout the Thrill of the Chase book as I think he did it as ways to demonstrate the usage of a semicolon. Like it's in several different chapters, a semicolon is used, and then he lists off anyway. And all Jack says it was used correctly. Oh my God. Number 4, Ben Wise. Is using the past tense been important? To me, the past tense was jarring. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. I always wondered if there had been an extra stanza before that he cut out to make it harder, but I forgot to ask him. I think the past tense does help you realize that there is a gap there. The search you have for the blaze. And then it's past tense because you've done everything you need to do to find the treasure at that point. The question again, Ben Wise, is using the past tense been important? To me, that past tense was jarring. Oh my God. Oh. I find that so irritating that if Jack was sitting in front of me and said that to me in real life, jarring. I can't tell you. I've always wondered if there had been an extra stanza before that he cut out to make it harder. But I forgot to ask him. Oh, shoot. Oh, it's one of those things I forgot. Oh, my God. I'm going to move on. It's making me hate. Making me hate. Oh, my God. Here's the next email. Wow. So, congrats on doing what so many of us crazy searchers tried and failed. Although, I can speak for myself that I had a lot of fun and many times felt like Alice in Wonderland. Smiley face. So I could not help but notice that you resemble Forrest in many ways. Hair, skin, facial. Oh my. I can't do this. Do you think that? Oh my God, this is so stupid. Like, this is painful. I can't read this question. You guys are going to have to help. You're going to have to help yourself and read that question and answer by yourself. It's too stupid for me to acknowledge. Okay. Jack, next question. Hi, hopefully you can answer these questions, but I understand if not. I had a pet theory that Forrest endangered the solution by the amount of interviews he gave and came to the conclusion that if he were to make an unguarded comment, it would have been early on in the chase and or when asked an unusual question. Is that what you found? Also, perhaps you can answer this question. Did Forrest know at the time that he made an error? Did realize and try to backtrack? Did Forrest know when you spoke to him that he'd made an error in the past? This is from Dean. Thanks, Dean. I think he got into his groove with handling interviews quickly, and I certainly looked at and watched and listened to everything. I did ask him about those two little slip ups. He remembered one, but not the other. And that second one was very subtle. He seemed satisfied overall with his performance, keeping the secret. And I agreed it was impressive. Okay. Next question. I think maybe Forrest knew the blaze was damaged when he left the chest. I can't read this question either. Nope. Nope. I mean, oh my God. Do you think that Forrest had a different view of the chest spot with the blaze still intact? Oh my God. You are going to have to read this one yourself. It's from Christopher Kubish. Christopher J. Period Kubish. The stupidest question I've ever seen. Not going to read it. Okay, next. You're awesome, Jack. Thanks again for taking the time to answer me. It's really baffling how you describe Forrest's poem as not being a puzzle of sorts necessarily. If you're saying that it's just a straightforward, loose, and vague interpretation of waypoints for each clue, then why would Forrest always tell us to study every word or that every word was intentional? If the poem wasn't a puzzle, then how or why did it take him 15 years to create it, supposedly? Also, on an unrelated note, what does it feel like watching and reading all these people online talking about you? I feel you are staying safe and anonymous for now. If I were in your shoes, I might get my name changed and start a brand new life. Ha 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 ha. Hope you're doing well and really appreciate again taking time from your day to give strangers some closure. Maximus. What's the flippin' question? It's really baffling how you describe Forrest's poem as not being a puzzle of sorts. So if you're saying that it's just straightforward, avoid puns for each clue, then why would Forrest always tell us to study every word? The answer, oh my God, it's 3 paragraphs. I think it's vague to the reader coming into it cold, but those words held deep meaning for him. They say exactly what he wanted without giving too much away and required work to understand him to reveal what they mean. And it works as a poem that tells a coherent story. I think some people read too much into that 15 years comment. It was probably something that was in the back of his mind that he came back to occasionally work on. I don't think he was spending hours on it each day. It doesn't even rhyme completely. I'm not reading much of the online conversations because the emails keep me plenty busy. Thankfully, the ratio of kind emails like yours to weird threats and conspiracy theories has been really high. Oh my God. The more question he answers, the more. Oh my God. Good Lord, give me strength. That's all I have to say. Hi, Jack. Thanks for your response to my email. I live in uh, Australia. Good to hear ignoring the negativity. Don't let any of that get to you. Oh God, I hope to hell Jack never sees my because this is how can you not respond negative? I can't. I'm trying to take the high ground. I'm trying to see from his point of view, but some of these things I want to flip and punch him in the throat. That mean I don't really. I just say that to make me feel better. I've never punched anyone in my life. Okay, one last question referring to your previous answer, if you don't mind. Roughly, how big was the location or your area you had to decide the treasure was at? I mean, was it like a football oval size area or something bigger or smaller? I haven't measured the area I searched. Oh, it may have been bigger than a football field, but keep in mind that's the total limits of what I thought was possible. What I considered to be probable was certainly smaller than a football field, and it was found within those probable bounds. Oh my God, can this guy give a straight answer? Cheese and rice. This is frustrating enough. Um, and I'm trying to keep myself calm and open-minded, but the only thing that keeps running through my mind is Jack is not Forrest. Jack is not Forrest, but Jack is the closest thing we have to him. I don't know. It's something instinctive in me to protect Forrest, even from the finder. I can't help it. Okay, I should look back at my live stream. Is there anyone even watching me at this point of me rambling and getting pissed off about nothing? Um, oh, Tim K Adventures. I'm glad you're laughing your ass off at me because I'm not being very. Oh my God. Uh, I need to breathe. High street scenes. And the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Back to where I was. In the poem, Take It in the Canyon Down, is this referring to an actual physical canyon? Question. That's not too much to give away because there's a million canyons. but I would just like to know two things. Is it a physical canyon? Number one. Number two, do you have to go physically into the canyon? Billy Price. Thanks, Jack, as always, Billy. Yes, the clues refer to things in the physical world. So it is a physical canyon. You do have to go down it to travel the path of the poem. That's really great that he answered that question. Oh, speaking of cats. Hi, Catamus. Are you want to come in? Hi. Hi, Catamus. Okay. Yes, yes, the clues refer to things in the physical world. So it was a physical canyon. You do have to go down it to travel the path of the poem. Oh my God, how many more questions? I don't think I can take much more of this. Oh, okay, it's only one. It's only two more. Or one more. Okay. Hi, Jack. I do have a question, but first I wanted to sincerely express how much I enjoyed your YouTube video on bias confirmation. In my opinion, everything you said is on point and is exactly what made the hunt so difficult for so many. What's the matter, Catamus? He came to meow at the door just to walk away. Okay. Is it exactly what made the hunt so difficult for so many? I, for one, was in the court of the poem being straightforward, and not that it matters at all to you, but I just wanted to put my thoughts in a final resting place with the person who did what no one else could do. In some strange way, it will make noise. Oh, I know, Kat. You didn't want in. Hang on. I thought you didn't want to come in. Are you coming in or not? Okay, come in. Come in then. Do you want to say hi to the people? Okay. I, for one, was in the court of the poem being straightforward and not that it matters at all to you. I just want to put my thoughts in a final resting place. Blah, 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 blah. My God, what is the question? He said, it was in Yellowstone for me from day one. In my opinion, the most important chapter is Flywater, hands down. But I could never get past my confirmation bias of Madison Junction, Firehole Canyon, Nez Perce Creek, Homa Brown, Nez Perce, Mary Mountain Trail. I never could find a blaze from there that would take me off trail. And that leads me to my question. Forrest stated, I am paraphrasing, that the spot was not in very close proximity to a human trail. Did you indeed walk a human trail for a portion of your solve or not? I do feel his statement, done in a classic Fenn style, was a hindrance or of help to the ultimate solve. What in the hell is the question? Oh, the human trail. Donna, Geyser Girl. Oh, Geyser Girl. Okay. Thanks, Donna. I think that may narrow down things too much if I say yes or no, but I can say the whole time I was searching for the blaze and the treasure in the forest, I did not step foot on a human trail. He is right that there are no man-made trails in the vicinity, but there are some game trails. Oh, very good. And then he says, thanks again to everyone who has sent me such kind messages and shared interesting questions and stories of your search and what forests meant to you. It's not always easy being the finder, but it is heartening to see how many great people there are out there. I'm trying to stand in the shoes of being the finder and how difficult that would be. Ooh, but some of these things make it hard for me not to hate on him. Honest, I'm just being honest. God. Mm. Bite your tongue. Damn you, Moses. Is Bill in here? It was also flooded a town in Cody where the reservoir was. Tim K, what do you got to say about yeah, because now we know information about the blaze more than we did. We got to know a whole bunch. Okay, this is going to take a while to process what I've just learned and get over the things that were rubbing me the wrong way. And it has to be, he had to answer some of those things because of the haters. I have to take the high ground. Oh God. Okay. Susie man, way to let your Gorman hang out. I couldn't help it, man. It come flying out. Good. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the live stream. Yep. I gotta be done, you guys. It's I've been on a long time. Almost 3 hours. 2 hours and 46 minutes. And yeah, thanks for joining me and putting up with my I hope I didn't. Jack isn't gonna watch me anyway. What the heck? I roll at that thought. Yeah, he don't care what I say. Nobody tell him. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna have to watch this back and then cringe the whole time of me getting angry over irritating questions. But yeah, it was nice to see you all. And Susie will be on a guest on Greg's show. No, but I am going to be on Baron Fendi's show and talk about Eric Sloan. So watch that for upcoming thing. I don't know, but in the meantime, you guys, I will try to stay positive and not take this personally. It's hard not to take this whole thing personally, you know, because this, just as you guys, this feels like my chase. This is my Forrest Fenn. This is my thrill of the chase. This is my treasure hunt. And Forrest had that magic of making us all feel like this was our thing, you know? So it's still a tough pill to swallow when you realize this wasn't mine and mine alone. Rats. But anyway, good night, you guys. It was great seeing y'all. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you all again soon. Clicking buttons. And